Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the stock market show. SoundHound down to 18 from a high of $24. I did not want to make a video yesterday because I'm like, wow, we are absolutely tanking on the market. And you can see on the left-hand side of my watch list, red, except for the meme stock, GameStop, and Neo stock over here. And apparently wheat stock and Palantir showing some strength, but still a nice wick and big red candle for a lot of these stocks. Let's look at Nvidia. Nvidia is trying to hold on barely. SPY barely trying to hold on. If this continues the way it has, even Bitcoin, if you see, Bitcoin's under 100K again. If you see Bitcoin over the weekend continue to dump, because over the weekend you can keep an eye on Bitcoin. The market isn't open over the weekend. So keep an eye on Bitcoin and see how that's moving. Because if Bitcoin starts falling, if the skies are falling on Bitcoin, people aren't willing to take the risk of buying the stock and holding it, or in this case, the crypto. And they're selling so furiously that we're going to go back to 90,000 and under. I hope not. I hope this is just a dip. But for me, I'm seeing Nvidia get cheap. I'm seeing SoundHound get cheap. I'm seeing where's Serve Robotics? I'm seeing all these stocks getting cheap. And what does that mean? It means it's time to add your favorite stocks at cheap prices. This is what you want in the markets. You don't want things to go up forever, because then you'll never have the opportunity to buy the dip if it just keeps going. Here's your dip, guys. Here's your dip. You're getting these big dips right here. If the market continues to bleed, these dips will be very, very well worth buying when we look back and go, wow, I can't believe I didn't want to buy the fear. Because right now the fear and greed index, let me see if I can pull up the fear and greed index real quick. But I'm pretty sure we're in the fear zone, if I recall, because people are scared, and that's okay. People being scared equals we get to buy nice and cheap. We get to buy the shares that they're selling. Yeah, the fear index is at 29. We were at extreme greed not too long ago. Now we're in fear. Surprise, surprise, fear, and we're dumping. So that's nothing more than an opportunity, my friends. Let it come down as low as it's going to go. We don't know how low it's going to go. I don't recommend, personally, as an investor, I don't like averaging down in terms of, how do I say this? I don't like lump summing a big position. Like, I wouldn't lump sum all of my funds, like right here. Like, I wouldn't lump sum all of my money at 18.45. I would much rather just, add a little bit here and then add a little more as it goes down lower and lower. And then when it bottoms out, if I doubt it's going to come back this low. I don't think we'll ever see it at $4. I'd be shocked. But the last time we had a big run like this, from 1.68 to a high of 10.23, we did pull back about a little over 50 to 60% of the move. So we ran from 4.60 to 24. If we're going to retrace, let me see if I have the Fibonacci here. But if we're going to retrace 40 to 60% from this move here, then we should see it bottom out at around 11 to 14. We'll see though. We'll see what happens. But we're going to wait for that bottoming out. This is the other side. If you guys have been in the markets long enough, you know how it is. People get excited, the stock pumps, and then people get all fearful. They start talking about, it's the end of the world for the stock. As it goes down lower, oh no, this is it. It's over. It's going to go to zero. The ones holding a bag are angry and upset. Like, I don't understand. I thought this was going to go to 100 tomorrow. These are the cycles. So take advantage. See, if you average down here, eventually it came back up for you and then some. And let's not forget, we're just talking about the technicals. The fundamentals are still there. This is still the AI revolution, the infancy stage. We still got a long way to go. This is nothing. This is yet nothing more than another hype cycle. And you take advantage by buying when everyone else is fearful, not when everyone else is greedy. That's why you don't want to chase. Hopefully no one chased tops. I know some of you sold early, but so those of you who sold at 20s, you didn't sell early. Clearly you must have sold at the right time, because we're starting to come down. That's a pretty hard drop from 24 to a low of 18. And it could still continue, because I'm looking at my watch list and I see nothing but red. And if you're seeing the S&P 500 getting ready to go down lower, if it breaks below 585, it's going to be one hell of an opportunity. Look at that big red candle, by the way. It's huge red candle. That's the biggest red candle we've ever gotten. And that could be the beginning of an extended downtrend, which is, again, nothing more than an opportunity to add cheap. You guys wanted dips. You guys wanted another opportunity to buy your favorite stock cheap. This is it. Whether it's SoundHound, Serve Robotics, whether it's GameStop, whatever stock you like, this is when you want to take advantage. I please do not make the mistake that I made when I was green. When I was green, I made a mistake. You want to know the mistake? Riot stock, as you see, hit a high of 15. Back then, when I didn't know any better, the stock hit a high of $20. Look how low it came down during the bear market. $3.25. You know what I did when I saw Riot stock at $3.25? When I saw it at $6, $7, $8? When I saw it down here from a high of 23 come down as low as $3 to $6, you know what? You want to know what I did? I did not buy. I was also scared. I was also fearful. I looked at this stock and I said, this is going to go to zero. I'm not buying. You see where I'm going with this? I made the mistake of being fearful and not buying when it's cheap. I did end up chasing it around $10, and then I still ended up making some money here because I wasn't expecting it to go to 50, but I was like, hey, I'm not 50. I wasn't expecting it to go to 20. I messed up. I wasn't expecting it to go to 20, but I was like, hey, I made some money, woohoo! Like, and then it just kept. You can see the pattern here on Riot stock. It just kept going up and down between $10 and $20, $10 and $20. Rinse and repeat. The cycles repeat. But the biggest lesson that I learned from that mistake was I should have bought when it was cheap. I should have bought when it was cheap. I was kicking myself later when I saw Riot stock at $20. I'm like, oh, I should have bought when it was at $3. That was so cheap compared to where it is now. Even Palantir. I remember looking at Palantir when it was at $5. Look at this. It was at $5, $6, and I was like, wow, that's going to zero. I'm not buying that. Wow, what a mistake that was. I ended up chasing it at 30. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, please take advantage of the dips. Personally, I will be looking to average down for long-term hold. As a long-term hold, I'll be looking to average down a little bit at a time. The bigger the dip, the more I'm gonna add. And I would wait till Friday to see how we move. It's looking pretty ugly, and when I see ugly and red and blood, I'm like, yes, please come down more so I can add cheap. Don't make the mistake that I made. And this video is more so for people who are beginners, because I made a lot of mistakes. So, and I know some of you are gonna say, well, it's not really a mistake if you didn't buy when it was cheap. Well, yeah, technically I didn't lose money, but I kind of did miss out, you know, like the opportunity to buy Palantir at $5, $6, the opportunity to buy Nvidia when it was at 150 before it went to 1,000. There's so much opportunity when everything is bleeding. Please take advantage of it, and we'll come back in the future and we'll be like, oh my god, I'm glad I listened to Shades and we bought as it kept going down lower and lower, because then during the next pump you're going to see this come back up to 24 and the cycles will repeat. And this one, when you zoom out on the chart, we're not even talking fundamentals. We're just talking about the mistakes that I've made and what I wish I had done, and what I hope you do is buy and take advantage of the dips as it keeps on dipping. But yeah, I hope we bottom out somewhere, ideally above 10, and then from there I will look to add my biggest position. That's where we have support as well, here in the 10 area. So 10 area. Fundamentally though, there's nothing wrong with the stock. Literally, there's nothing wrong with the company. I shouldn't say the stock. Fundamentally, there's nothing wrong with the company. If we go to the financials here real quick, let me see if I can pull up the financials. Trading view. Financials. Sound stock. If you look at the numbers here, you'll notice, like, wait a minute, the company is growing, but the stock is dumping. That doesn't make sense. Well, it doesn't. Fed Powell said something about inflation and the markets got spooked. Something about rate cuts. I don't know. I didn't watch. I don't care. In fact, I love that it's dumping. Please, Powell, next time say something that causes the markets to sell off even more. Give me cheap shares. You can see the total revenue growth. When we go to the annual, from 21 to 31 to 45, it keeps increasing by 50% year over year. And then quarter to quarter, you can see we've been going from 13.27, 17.15 million in revenue. I'm talking about the revenue only because that's the bottom line. That's what people care about. 11.59, 13.46, 25.09 million, and we know they have over 150 million in the pipeline. And I believe that's their number, right? 150 to 200 million for next year. So, fundamentally, it's doing great. It's doing fantastic. And again, this is just the beginning. Just imagine in the future when there's humanoid robots everywhere. Everything's going to be using voice AI. Even when people send me messages on Twitter, I don't even know if it's a real person or just a bot. That's how good it is already, that I can't even tell. So, as far as I'm concerned, you're all bots. I don't know which one of you guys are real. I don't know. Sometimes I get comments from bots too, so it's like hard to know who's a bot, who's not. Like that. And this is just the beginning. Just wait. It's gonna get crazy. But I'm still bullish on this. Again, always look at the financials. If the financials look good and the stock is dumping, what are you waiting for? Time to buy good stock at cheap prices. And that's it for the video. I hope you guys take advantage. I am. I made too many mistakes in the past with regards to not taking advantage of other people's fear and them selling off. And I hope the beginners take this as a lesson. Like, hey, don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Take advantage. Don't be like everyone else. Everyone is scared. That's why the selling is happening. I expect more of a sell-off, if I'm being honest with you, because usually the big red candle like this, people get spooked. They look at this huge fall from 24 to 18 and they go, uh-oh, what's happening? The sky is falling. I'm selling and I'm getting out. I'm selling. I'm going to walk away with my money before it comes down any lower and takes out my stop loss or takes me out completely and it goes below my stop loss and I wake up and I'm down 30%. Like, people are going to rush for the exits around this time. That's why I'm saying today was important. We had to recover today. We didn't. Instead, we're dumping. If this continues into Friday, now we've got a pattern. And we could go into a massive sell-off. And that's fine by me. So that's what I'm predicting. Keep an eye on how the market moves. Just because I'm predicting this doesn't mean it's going to happen. And I'm kind of being biased. I kind of want it to happen. I want to buy SoundHound as cheap as possible. So I'm just giving you my thoughts, guys. Unfiltered. Just telling you what I'm thinking, what's going through my head. And I hope every video that I make, I try to make it in such a way that the beginners, more than anything, walk away learning something. Like, hey, don't be fearful like everyone else. Take advantage. Look at the financials. Are the financials still looking good? Then what's the problem here? The market just fell because Powell said inflation, rate cuts. I don't know what he said exactly. I don't care, like I said, but something about inflation and rate cuts, and the market reacted to Fed Powell speaking. And hey, thanks for this is your Christmas gift right here, your dips. That's your that's your Christmas gift from Powell. Congratulations, Powell just gave you the gift of a lifetime. Buy your favorite shares nice and cheap. I'll see you guys in the next one.